드라이버 새로 업데이트했고 VRAM 절약하는 법에 대해 지금 좀 보고 있거든요.
Why would we keep plants or rocks on ultra? Believe me, there is no such a big difference if you keep it on medium or high or ultra. And do I have time to think about rocks when I'm flying? Trust me, I don't, at least not myself. So unless you want to use MSFS as a tool exploring, this is something what related one more, and it doesn't really of performance. It can be even on medium, it's still fine. Ray trace shadows, I keep it. Shadow maps and terrain shadows. Another bit, if you want to keep it on or off. Technically, this is just basically more detailed shadows, right? If you keep it off, it'll be this kind of bland basic shadows. Nothing really crazy, you know, but if you want those little shadow details, you want it on. Shadow maps and terrain shadows. Another big hit, which can be created if you keep it too high. And believe me, in those two things, it's barely visible or barely identifiable. If you keep it on 2000, whatever it is, 56 or 2024, you barely notice it. Trust me. So lower this, okay? Lower this and you won't notice any differences. Contact shadows, I keep it at high. Windshield effects on high. It can go also to ultra, especially on the raining conditions. If you want those kind of crisp, nice effects, ultra would be great, but high, almost no difference. And again, you are saving resources. Ambient occlusion, I keep it high. Again, even if I put it to medium, it's almost no difference. Cube map reflections 256, Raymer sheet reflections on high. And then light shafts, I keep it on high. Depth of field, I put it to medium. And motion blur, I don't like this effect so much, so I keep it on low personally. Glass cockpit refresh rate high. And characters quality is another thing. Why to keep it on ultra? You know, those pilots and all those characters at the airport, no reason for that. Lower it. Traffic airport quality, I have it off, and air traffic off only because I'm using third-party traffic. So that's the way to do it. By the way, speaking of this, guys, if you are using AIG or FSLTL, if you are seeing those mixed aircrafts from Asobo default and also your third-party models, this is the reason why you have it on. You have to turn it off. If you want only the third-party model airports, you need traffic. I keep it ultra, sea traffic ultra, and fauna high. So this is what I wanted to say when we should be realistic to ourselves. Right? We should have some kind of expectation what our systems are able to do and what not. So a reminder for all of you again, I'm running native 4K, okay? And I do not have a frame generation turned on. But let's say I want these FPS really higher. You can do something which does that. So if we go to settings and we turn frame generation AMD FSR, okay? And I have a RTX 4080 Super, by the way, so you can have anti-aliasing DLSS. I believe that that's the best option when it comes to best performance, but the frame generation, it tends to be better on FSR3 rather than DLSS. For some reason, upon my testing, it really turns out to be better. So if I go back now, notice what happened to our frames. So once I go back to game, notice what I'm getting with my frames. Okay, I almost got double frames up. Now the GPU VRAM went up a bit, maybe a gig up. So you have to bear in mind that this will affect, this change will affect the VRAM. But I'm still safe. Look, it's 11.5 on third-party scenery. This is a Gatwick airport by Innoviz, which is by the way very nice airport. So I'm still safe with VRAM, and I'm constantly in green levels. I'm not basically being limited, and everything is so smooth. But as I promised in the beginning of the video, first of all, I appreciate if you watch this video all the way up to this point. I do want to thank you for your continuous support, my followers, my changed something about the VRAM. And believe me, it did change it a lot. So give it a try. Now I'm gonna show you what I mean. That something is in GPU's, I think it's called scheduling. So advanced graphic settings, this one. Over here, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Okay, I have it off. Most of you, because I turned it off a couple days ago, most of you will have it on by default. Okay,
아 진짜요? PC를 다시 시작해야 됩니다.
I guarantee that 90% of people who are watching this video, you will have it on if you check your settings in Windows. And when I turned this off and started the sim, my VRAM dropped like by 2 or nearly 3 gigs down and stayed there, even in the same settings. Believe me or not, at least in my system, it does work this way. I cannot 100% guarantee to every single system configuration and computers that this will help you with the VRAM usage in SFS 2.4, but it did definitely help to me, myself. So do yourself a favor, go and check your display settings in Windows and make sure that hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is off. And if you have it on, turn it off, then restart the sim. Go to your spawn at an airport of your choice, turn on in-game FPS and check your VRAM. And I'm pretty sure you will.
열심히 재부팅 할게요.
Be surprised. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy what you will be seeing, because that definitely was a big change for myself. This was the issue that was causing high VRAM in the sim. And if you remember, back in 2000 MSFS 220, this was kind of often covered subject, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. But I haven't seen it being covered in 224 much, because let's be honest, we were all under impression that this was something that has been already sorted. So I really, myself personally, haven't seen many videos which cover this particular settings. So that's why I wanted to bring this video to you guys. Give your settings a test, change this particular settings, turn it off, and see for yourself how it helps you,
아, 진짜
especially
소중한
when it comes to
정보다.
VRAM usage. Okay, and I guarantee you that you will be pleasantly surprised, because I certainly was. When I had this on, my GPU in the same settings, same scenario, same airport, everything same, was really pushing it high, was really pushing it close to 13, nearly 14. So I was running to those occasions when my VRAM was pushing the limits. But once I turned it off, restarted the sim, bam, there you go. Suddenly, big change. and I'm having
That's
extremely
realistic
good
in that
performance since then. So this was all for today, guys. Again, I would like to thank you for sticking around to the end of this best at the moment. This exposure compensation is something new in SIP update 2, so you can basically... So VSync, I keep it off because I have VSync turned on in the NVIDIA app settings. So instead of turning the VSync on in-game, I believe it has a better performance if you turn it on in your NVIDIA settings. Low latency, I keep it on. Then there is something interesting which some of the videos already covered. I keep frame rate limit to 50%, but at the moment notice that it's not active, right? Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna give you a small tip, which again, it has been already covered in other videos, but it really works. It's something you can do here. It's a little trick basically. That trick is to turn VSync on, and you will most likely in the beginning have this set to 100% of your monitor refresh rate. This is specifically very valuable if you are running monitors which have ability to run in higher frequency. So for instance, my monitor is able to be set to 240 Hz, but I keep it actually in Windows settings at 120. And then I lowered it, so I turned VSync on in the settings, lower it to 50 and turn it off, okay? So are you following? To 50 and turn it off, okay? So I click on in the settings, lower it to 50 and turn it off, okay? So are you following? Well, again, there is a reason to do that, okay? Believe me. Then dynamic settings, I don't keep it on. I keep it off. I didn't see actually any keep it on. Point out. Ask yourself if you've been, right? Okay. So
실험을 해봅시다. 재정 위기예요. 좀 추락해가지고. $1,500원도 없네. 큰일 났네. 큰일 났다 이거. 얼마나 효과가 있는지.
Yes, it's great if you. It's still big clouds. This is reflections and to settings and DLSS. For some notice is display. So get the describe if you something about the VRAM.
FPS AMD로 하라고. 너무 심한데요. 아, 이건 재부팅 해야 되겠어요. 저건 GPU 스케줄링 그래가지고 적용이 안 된 것 같네요. 얼른 재부팅하고